Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Um, Hope y'all doing great on this Sunday, Leo day, hard day, love day, because Leo is hard, right? Um, I like listening to people who feed me in all areas, okay? Especially knowledge, because I'm an air sign. Um, I was listening to Q Reeves, which I subscribe to, and I like him, and I like a whole lot of others. Some of them don't want to be mentioned, some want to be mentioned. Christy, different ones. Anyway, um, as I was listening to him, some things that I already, know, but I was getting these downloads also. And it says, I'm gonna read what I got. It says, I will not be ignored. And he's talking about inside of us. He was talking about inside of us as well, as far as the planets and what it rules. So I can't find all my pictures that I have, but you hopefully you get the what I'm trying to say. Okay. So we know that the body is the Kabbalah, right? And we know that each one of the planets and the signs owns each part of the body, right? And most of everybody think that the planet Saturn is the most powerful one. But I'm gonna tell you now that it's not. Okay. The reason why I say that because okay, I'm getting ahead of time. Okay. Because the body ownership. Okay, now show the picture of the body and all the parts of the plant of their planet. So we all know that our body is the planet, the universe, the zodiac signs, some that they show us and some that they don't show us, right? Um, Says how they made you and own the parts of or think they own, or they do, own the parts of you, and which ones you pay attention to the most is your god or goddess. Okay, that's what I put down with that. And it says, and also Sirius, which is the right breast, right? And have others that they don't teach us that you have to research that own parts of the body as well. And I put the reason Saturn deals with Libra, everybody thinks it's Libra, Saturn love Libra, whatever, because it's relationship, just like Pisces has everybody in it. But Libra is the relationship sign, so Saturn wouldn't have ownership with everybody to control if it didn't have the Libra relationship sign. So it gives Libra, Venus, whatever Libra, a break, right? And then Taurus comes into play because it's the senses, you know, and the desires. So Saturn can work on that. He can rule you through that, right? Okay. Name all in Cyrus' right breast. What does this desire, if you ignore them, could cause problems in your life? Okay, well, I said the Kabbalah is the body. We know that. Okay. Um, if the tree many branches, so this is our body, parts of our body, right? We know that. Okay. So that's the Kabbalah. We the tree. We are the tree, many branches, all of it. Okay. So which part you ignore, those are the parts, things trying to get your attention, are the ones you pay attention to on you, right? That becomes your god or your goddess. The one that you pay attention to, what you pay attention to much become your god or your goddess, right? Or your demon or your whatever, right? The ones you ignore could be your demon, okay? Um, Look at the birth chart. I was talking about that, okay? I'm gonna go I'm gonna do it as I go along. And look at the birth chart. Each house is you telling you the parts, right? And the one you left let control the most is the one that control you. Okay. So we know this is us, but we're missing the 13 and missing Cyrus and missing something. So that's why you're always missing something. Other countries, like I told y'all before, Ethiopia, China, different ones, they took the 13, they used the 13, the calendar and all that kind of stuff. They recognized it on the birth chart. Anyway, um, it says Chiron, it controls your life. Who owns Chiron? Okay, let's read Chiron first. Okay, I'm gonna show you how Chiron is really the one that's controls everything. It says Chiron. Chiron is the one of the most interesting and usually unusual bodies in astrology. In mythology, they say it's mythology, but it's actually very powerful. Chiron was a centrum, but he was unlike the other centrums, who were quite base creatures. Most centrums had a human head and torso, and a tail and legs of a horse, but Chiron had human front legs, showing a more human quality. Chiron was a teacher, healer, and archer, and he was immortal. When wounded by a poison arrow, his immortality kept him living in agony until he gave up his immortality to his Prometheus or whatever it is. Because of the myth, Chiron is known as the wounded healer in astrology, and it's said that he represents the wound in the chart. And we look at the symbol for Chiron, however, it's shaped like a key. Does that mean get a clue, or is the missing clue, the missing key? Okay. Combined with the nature of the myth and Chiron's reputation as a teacher, mentor, and healer, it's more reasonable to see him as the key to healing in your chart. Chiron is also known as the rainbow bridge between spirit and matter, and the maverick shaman. I want to look that up. The maverick shaman. I'll come back to that. Okay. Chiron doesn't have rulership of a sign, but it is associated with the constellations Centaurus and Sagittarius and has many Sagittarian qualities, though some also associate the Centrum with Virgo because of its healing abilities. An unhealthy expression of Chiron would be to focus on the wound rather than a potential healing. Someone with Chiron and Aquarius in the second house, for example, may be born with a tendency to feel alienated from others, and that may affect his self esteem. However, seeking out higher knowledge and communion with the whole universe will give the person the ability to see the bigger picture of their place within humanity. So that's really tell the whole thing right there. Because if you focus on one, that became your god or goddess, you ignore the others, they want attention too, right? Okay, so let's see. Wait a minute, let me look up this right quick for the Maverick Shaman. What my daughter saying? Oh, wow. It always want to do stuff all the time. When I'm trying to do something else, it want to stop this, stop that. Okay, let's see. Um, what is the Maverick Shaman? Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Okay. Try to get a shorter version of it. Guess not. Okay. The Maverick Shaman. Most people have heard of Chiron associated with the wounded healer, but it is much more to his tale. Chiron first keyword, as described by its discoverer, astronomer Charles whatever, was Maverick, with his eccentric orbit pattern. Chiron was indeed different from the other stellar bodies and stood out as a unique scientific discovery, often labeled as asteroid. Chiron may actually be an orbiting comet caught up by the sun's gravitational force. Comets have always been viewed as harbingers of change. Chiron's orbit says mostly between Uranus and Saturn, but sometimes moves out beyond even Neptune. The trajectory of Chiron is highly elliptical, elliptical, like that of a comet. And astronomers question if Chiron will even stay bound within orbit of our sun permanently. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, um, it says look at the birth chart. Each house is telling you the parts, right, and the one you let control the most. Chiron controls your life. Chiron can go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It can go through every planet, every parts of your body, and everything that you do. Okay, I'm gonna say okay. Because it's the most powerful. It's like a parasite. It doesn't want to leave if you start paying attention to other planets or other parts of your life, body parts, whatever. It gets stronger and go through the parts you're paying attention to and bring you back to the hurt you felt when it was in control, hurt, abuse, whatever. So do we heal it? Will it actually go away? Even if the things that we do, our shadow work or whatever, and heal, it still brings that back inside to remind you of that hurt. Chiron is very powerful. It goes through it's more powerful than Saturn. It goes through everything. You control. It reminds you, you go back, why are you in control? Why do you want to control people? Why do you want to be a bully? Okay, let's go. It's so strong it can make your addictive to many things, right? So we want to do anything to stop that wrath, pain of this parasite Chiron. It can have you stuck in childhood, babyhood, maybe people who don't grow, stay in those states. If you're intuitive, let's call it that for now, and you already visualize your life. Say before you came here, we got what is this state? I guess I can still show this one. These two states, okay, before you come in here, and it has you looking down on the life or what your life is going to be like. They say we can't sign contracts or whatever, and say it fears you, it makes you fearful. They telling you what all you have to go through, right? So the word in mother's womb, and you don't want it or afraid, you could stay in baby child state. You got some kids that don't grow. Some are babies. If you look at these other countries, I'm thinking Chiron is talking to you, and the Chiron from your mother and father. Then you got their Chiron that they didn't heal inside of them. So while you're in the womb, you're dealing with all of that as well. That's a lot. So give yourself a pat on the back. You lasted through all of them and others to keep growing and not being afraid. So you decided to come on out of your mama's womb anyway and decided to grow and keep growing. And, with the Chiron that you have from the fear from mom and dad, what they showed you, now you got to deal with what you got to go through, what they showed you, and develop your own Chiron, right? I have a niece like that. Yeah, I'm not saying all of how she came here, but it was Chiron based, okay? And she's still stuck in the elementary growth. She's still short. She's 22. Beautiful. It's my sweetie babe. But she's 22 and she's still stuck in the elementary part because she got stuck in mom, dad, Chiron. I mean, a lot of Chiron, poor baby. But she's still persistent. She's a Libra. She's still persistent. She's still trying to get through that. She grows a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And they call it something or whatever, medical term. So she has to take medication for that or something like that. Um, let's see. Yeah. I know this sounds strange to me because it's the download they was giving me and they told me to come on and say it, okay? Look up what or who is Chiron the Most High. Make or break you. That's the Most High to me, right? I'm just saying. More powerful than Saturn. Matter of fact, it stays more in Saturn, Capricorn, than any other sign. Remember, I read that it says Capricorn and Uranus. Because look what it says about the Capricorn. Uh, the Capricorn. They what they usually do. They usually depressed. What is Capricorn? It's the leader, powerful, right? But let's see. Let's read about Capricorn. Definition of Capricorn.
According to Wikipedia, Capricorn is the 10th astrological sign in the zodiac out of 12 total zodiac signs, originating from the constellation of Capricornus, the horned goat.
It says ambitious, hardworking, and enterprising is one of side of the sign. Capricorn natives are extremely driven, enthusiastic about life, and capable of setting lofty but attainable objectives. The Capricorn natives, on the other hand, are lost in the world of actual or perceptive barriers to achievements. I was trying to get to the depression stage and stuff like that Capricorns has to go through because it has too much power. You're not using the other faculties in your body or in your brain. You're focusing on the material and the power of it all. So Chiron comes back in and it puts you back in perspective, so to speak, right? Okay, let's keep going. So it keeps them in check. Who is this? The little things matter. Okay. So they actually the big thing. That's why I call it the most high. If you look at every corporation, they have to have a Chiron, meaning a healer, a volunteer, a donation department. Um, if they don't, let's look up all the top corporations and see what do they donate to. Okay, so you can do that on your own time. But if they have it and it's false, then it becomes a problem for the Chiron. So Chiron has to slowly pick away at that corporation. That's why a lot of corporations are being broke down. You know, some of them figure they can last long, or maybe they hire somebody from the heart, because I know Japanese and Chinese people hire people with certain bloodline because they know certain bloodlines are going to actually care from the heart. So the owner might not have to be that type of way. He might be exactly a Saturn power driven the whole thing, but he's going to hire somebody that has a heart that cares about the love of the donation and people. You see, that relationship part. You know what I'm saying? The ones that stay in power, the elite, the ones that know how everything works that we don't know. And they ain't trying to teach us either. Okay. Saturn can come in and run it when Chiron is recognized, materialistic wise, and all the others come into play. But whoever is left out is angry and will cause havoc in the world. That's in your body. Same thing goes back to the body as well. If Chiron is ignored or any part of anything, okay, my teeth. As a young child, taught to take care of my teeth. As I grow older, the what you ignore start deteriorating, start giving you problems. It's like, hey, look at me. You keep forgetting about me. You know, heart, skin, but whatever it is. I was looking at someone else version of Snow White. Okay, I was looking at this last night, this morning, and the Black Forest. I forgot what it's called, Snow White, and let me see. I don't know why I will always bring back to Snow White, but hey, I go with whatever they showed me. Okay, I look at it, don't realize that I'll have to do something with it the next day. But anyway, what is it called? Very good. Matter of fact, I'm not. I'm almost done with it. I'm not through watching the movie. Where is it? Da, 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 da. Oh, it's on Netflix. That's why. Um, yeah, but it's Snow White and something. I forgot what it is. Anyway, and okay, we all know the story of Snow White. Mom died first, then dad married a beautiful woman. She was, whatever. This one shows she was beautiful, fell in love with her instantly, but she was still hurt from her Chiron childhood. So she her all the things that happened, she wanted to stay beautiful, which they showed that her mom or which mom or whatever gave her the strength to do that because, and they put all the blame on men. So she wanted to make sure no man could capture her or dominate her. So she would get them first. So she pulled her brother in this, on this particular one, she pulled her brother in this mix as well and showed him that they can become powerful and whatever and take over kingdoms. And that's what she did. That's how she ended up with Snow White. Okay. But okay, let's get to okay. Then after she's looking, Snow White gone, ran away, all the kind of stuff. So she runs into the Black Forest. So the Black Forest is actually true. I didn't know that in Germany and Cairo, New York. Anyway, so the Black Forest starts off from Snow White's Chiron because she's running in fear from the mother-in-law. She already has the hurt, lost mom and dad. He marries her. She sees her dad has been murdered, running from the queen. So that's what she sees the Black Forest, which she runs into. So that's her Chiron, okay. And behind it, she don't discover till later the enchanted forest. And then the queen and Snow White, all working from Chiron, hurt and made Saturn come in. The queen, okay, the queen, and eventually Saturn came through Snow White when she had to go through all the other planets of herself, body inside, right? Okay, body inside, okay. So she started getting more power and strength, and confidence. The Black Forest first because of the evil that the queen put. Okay, I went ahead of my time, but she tamed the. Okay, then the Black Forest brought this rock beast or whatever towards them. She had this guy. He was already going through his Chiron from his hearse. He lost his wife. They hired him to come get Snow White, but he found out a little truth about it, so he decided to help Snow White. So now you got both of them Chiron, but she developed the power of non-fear. So she came against the angry rock person who was in the Chiron as well. He might have been changed into a rock from his hurt. So he seen the love in her eyes, the Leo, and the relationship Libra. You know what I'm saying? It all goes together. And he left them alone and he went off, okay, licking his wound. Then, when strange love or attention or help came, she met the seven dwarfs and entered the enchanted forest. So they was in their Chiron, but they know how to escapism, Pisces, Neptune. They found that because they used to work in the mines and stuff like that. So they had to hide out after her father passed away, blah, blah, blah. And everything was beautiful. And she met her, everything was beautiful. All Mother Nature's beautiful animals and everything was there. But the dwarfs didn't see the beauty. They figured it was a nuisance because they wanted to go back to the mines because remember, they was from underground. So they wasn't used to all that beauty all around, but they knew it protected them. So they didn't see the beauty until Snow White showed them the beauty, the fantasy, the Neptune, the Pisces came out. Okay, the love, whatever. But she had to meet her destiny in that point. So she woke up one morning and they called her the fairies and all the creatures called her to go and meet this beautiful white deer with big beautiful horns by a tree, the Kabbalah, the body, the end, it was in her, and her fantasy and Neptune or whatever. So they was communicating through the mind and it was letting her know her destiny and she would make it and stuff like that. But that was all information she needed. See, she was getting caught up in the Neptune. See, that's why you got to watch it. You get caught up in that fantasy. So they had to bring her back to reality. And here come the warrior of Chiron coming in. You ignoring me. Then the Aries, and then here come the people that were haunting her came in, and started the war and the havoc. But she was in that too long, and so the bullying reality and Saturn, Jupiter expansion, people, expand came in is everywhere. Saturn, Mars came in because it was being ignored, okay, and destroyed Neptune world and put you on the run, or either Neptune world went to hiding and put you on the run. Sag state on the run, explanation Jupiter for more adventures. Then all the others came in to play Venus, Taurus, desires, pleasure. Then the queen came in her, okay, well, the queen needed her fix addiction. Okay, her Neptune as well. She's stuck in that of beauty, Libra. Okay, the Libra is the beauty sign, right? Venus, the planet Venus, along with her Neptune, Saturn control. So she came in with the army being Sag, Mars, Aries, and couldn't finish and transform. I say it's Gemini, okay, because it's two heads. Okay, Virgo state Mercury, the trickster, right? Came in with Scorpio, Pluto played on her desire side and evolution, transformation, Scorpio, Pluto, herself and into her she transferred into shapeshift, whatever you want to call it, her she played on Snow White's childhood, Chiron, Neptune, because she had Snow White had a friend, a little boy as a friend. They did everything together, and when everything happened, they got separated. So he was a grown man. He found her and everything, was trying to help her, but the queen made him sleep and woke only up Snow White, and she pretended to be the. She came in form, transform, shapeshift, whatever, into the boyfriend. So she's walking with Snow White, and they're talking, and Snow White kisses her. But I think Scorpio get well. Innocent kiss would be whatever one. Childhood friend, and they kiss. Got her trust. Pisces, whatever sign I said. Okay, came in a Chiron because she was her hurt. She was glad to see her friend, and she really loved her friend or whatever. Found her in a vulnerable state. Played on her innocence of her Chiron childhood. Came. They played tease of the. They used to play a game of teasing of the apple, and he would. They would get an apple tree, and he would pluck the apple, and he would pretend like he's going to let her bite it first, but he actually bite it, and he drops, jump out of the tree, and then he runs, and they play like that. So she played on those childhood memories of Snow White, and she remembered it and wanted to play again. And this time she was winning. She found the apple in the tree first, which was planted there by the queen, and she bit the apple, but it was poison. That was a good version. I like this kind of version. I like different versions of different stuff they do. Then the queen shape shifted, transformed back to her natural state, came out of Scorpio state, and whatever you want to call it, and wanted to take the heart, Leo, of goodness from and the youth power, whatever planet or sign, whatever. I think that's Gemini, Leo, Aries, because they're childlike, right? To stay youthful, to live and cause more havoc. So she was, but she was too much in her masculine energy, of power and hurt and Chiron. She was a both in that, and she was ignoring everything else because she didn't want love, or whatever. Her heart was black, whatever, whatever. She was too much in her Saturn power, turning old. See, there's too much in different ones, and you get that's when your body start deteriorating. Not having fun of Leo, Gemini, Aries, Virgo for self healing, playful energy, and the moon, Cancer, mother, feminine energy. Okay, the softness, right? Um, so she was stuck in her Capricorn, depression, anxiety, why, stubborn, the baby Aries, I want, why I can't have it, whatever. Then we have the movie Resident Evil, and I watched that first. I love that. I love all versions of it. I'm still watching versions of it. This is the first one, the original one. This is so much experience. Oh man, what I got? This is just okay. What I'm talking about as well. When she shapeshift through all the chakra planet colors. Remember, her body changed to all the colors that gave her the power that she needed to accomplish her mission. Wouldn't you say the weapons, also the weapons that come out of her was Aries, the metal. So she used all the planets and signs except the moon and the mother. She didn't have that. She didn't have that love. So the child in the briefcase had to come in and cause her. to have that motherly instinct, that feminine side, because she was stuck in Chiron and the masculine side, stuck in Chiron and Saturn or Aries, and hurt and control because of what happened in her life. So the child had to soften her up because she was ignoring the feminine energy, love, Leo heart from the black heart, black forest, same thing. Okay, to red enchanted forests of all colors, Pisces, Neptune, because Pisces is all of the signs in one. Okay, clouding Chiron. I don't know why I put that. I don't know. I know this sounds crazy, but this is the downloads that they gave me. Okay, so this is why they are saying, hear yourself, dark and light side. Whichever one you recognize too much, you have to balance it out so you can help Chiron keep Chiron under control, child, babyhood, past life, whatever trauma it may be, and discover other parts. That's why I say no one should be worried about another person's story, because you have to fight your own gods and goddesses and your own stuff, your own Chiron, right? Which could show up outside of you that you're ignoring, fighting, and wanting your attention to fix it because you're not seeing from the inside. So you actually, if it's being ignored here, it's going to show up here, outward. So like they say, we making our own reality. So you making your own reality, what's in here. you know let me see what I got. This could be realized to the dream I had about gods fighting. Okay, yeah, that could go back to the dreams I had about the gods fighting each other. That was in here in me, and it could have been in everybody else as well. You know what I'm saying? And you running from you. I think we have to add all the planets that we know, not just the 12, just like the tribe of Judah. Okay, it says just 12 when it's actually 13, because the daughter, the feminine energy, was ignored, making the Chiron energy, right? Because she was abused as a child, 12. Now, I was wondering about why the Jewish people celebrate the boy when he turns 12. And do they celebrate the girl? I don't know. Okay, anyway. At least I don't have okay, to research that. So look at everything made around you. Is it all made with every planet, sign, and your elements, minerals of those? And if any one of those is missing, it will fight you for ignoring it and not inviting it to the party. So that's why we had the wars. You know, you're not giving me what? I'm not getting this because I'm not getting it in here. You're not fulfilling and feeding every part of me. I'm not getting it out there from you, depending on other relationship. You know what I'm saying? We got the power struggle, whatever. So the fight is on. You didn't give me what I wanted. You promised me this, or I feel like I deserve this, blah blah. You know the whole issue. Nobody likes to be ignored. Now I understand crabs in a bucket. They pull you back down because you have to complete the full task. You left something undone. Okay. Um, so you have to fix this to go to the next step and pay attention to all of it. Then they won't pull you back down. So when Gemini Virgo comes and tricks you, it needs to be seen and heard. What are you learning? What are you learning from him? What have you not healed? What have you not touched on? That's why the Indians, the elders, the ancestors, whatever, say you can heal yourself. Just remember or look at the part of your body or life you are ignoring and give it attention, right? Yeah. So that's what I have. That's the downloads I got this morning, buddy. Because I like listening, I like learning new things, but I have to balance stuff out. You can't always just keep learning new, right? So you have to satisfy the other part of you that you've been ignoring. So my advice to all of us is start recognizing and seeing, well, what are we ignoring? in ourselves first and then around us, because if then you could pay too much to yourself, pamper you, and be ignoring your mate, your kids, the house, the car, I don't know, your job, I don't know, whatever. Y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about, okay? All right, y'all. That's what they had me saying this morning, and I think the ones who enlightened me this morning, okay, to get me on this path, because Modi B. All right, love y'all. Hope y'all could understood what I said. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. And talk to y'all later. All right, bye. Have a great day.